I work as a security guard at a large shopping mall, and this is my most terrifying story from working there. There was this one particular night that sticks out like a sore thumb. It was the night before Halloween, and we had the creepiest customer come in. It was around 9 p.m. and I was working the late shift by myself. My mall was huge, and it consisted of 2 floors. The only entrance to get into the mall was through the front doors. And if you wanted to exit, there were 2 options, the front doors or the emergency exit, which was located in the far corner of the mall on the 2nd floor. This emergency exit was only for employees, and customers could not use it unless it was an emergency. I was stationed at the front doors and had to clock out customers as they left the premises. On this particular night, I clocked out a family of 4, and then it hit me. I was completely alone in this massive mall, with the exception of this one weird guy who was just staring at the floor. I tried to ignore him and do my rounds, but every time I passed by him, he followed me and continued to stare at his feet. I'll admit, I was getting creeped out at this point. He then proceeded to walk past me and exit through the emergency door. I instantly panicked. What if he set off the alarm? What if he was trying to rob the place? My thoughts were racing. I ran over to the emergency exit door and noticed that it was slightly ajar. I pushed it open and it creaked loudly. I called out, "Sir, you have to leave through the front doors," but he didn't respond. He just kept walking. At this point, I was terrified and I started to scream at the top of my lungs for help. As I'm making my way through the mall, I see him standing directly in front of the escalator, going down to the lower level. There wasn't supposed to be anyone down there. All of the stores were closed and the escalator was off limits to customers. I told him again to come back up the escalator, but he just stood there motionless. I ended up calling the cops, and they ended up finding him on the lower level, completely naked. Turns out he had climbed through a ventilation shaft to get to the 2nd floor. He had somehow gotten past all of the security cameras and had managed to hide from us until we literally stepped on him. He was arrested and taken away. And that's when I found out his name was Michael and that he liked to sneak into malls at night and watch people through the security cameras. I never saw him again, but to this day, I still hear his footsteps echoing through the halls of my mall.